What's going on, y'all? This your boy King Self for Life and Wrestling Takes. I'm super late. I was handling some business, had to take care of it. That's why I wasn't here to watch the show live. Uh, I saw that the NBA ain't nothing more than wrestling. If you know what I mean by that, you know what I mean. I don't have to go into detail. The NBA is this joke, it's a script. The more games, the more revenue for the NBA. That's all I'm going to say about that. So let's go ahead and break down this show. How do I feel about this show? This episode was actually better than last week, but it's still some things on the show that I wasn't really quite feeling. Like I said, we getting a little bit closer to Double or Nothing. Still only got 3 matches made. There's multiple matches that's getting ready to be announced because you can sense it throughout the whole episode. It was very storytelling driven. I'll give TK that. But we kind of got to start picking up the pace a little bit quicker. Like, we got to start announcing certain matches. Like, let cats. I wish they would allow the wrestlers themselves to announce the matches instead of Tony Khan just throwing up the little thing and say, oh, this is going to happen. I'm like, let the wrestlers themselves be the reason why the match happened. Not because Tony Khan just throw a post up and say, oh, look, these clowns are wrestling each other. But that's that. So we open up the show. We get the first matchup of the Owen Hart men's tournament quarterfinal. And we had Miss Martha Hart. She was sitting back. I don't know where she was sitting at, but they put the camera on us to let you know that she was there. So obviously they are in 100% connection with her because she don't want to run the whole thing in the first place. So the first match was Adam Cole versus Dax Harwood. This was a tribute match to Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Shawn Michaels, all of that. This was a very good opener. They did everything in the power to make you think that Dax Harwood was going to get the victory. Dax Harwood did not get the victory. There was the whole situation with his so-called ribs. The ribs was the storyline. He had the sharpshooter locked in, but his ribs gave out. So then Adam Cole decided to do the sharpshooter on him and had the man tapping. The crowd was heavy for this. Dax was so over, I'm telling you, man. I did not think FTR could pull the babyface role off. They are playing some excellent babyfaces. Dax, he plays the babyface great. Cash, he plays the babyface great. Even though Cash went out there. And Adam Cole, for the first time in his life, actually went over without cheating. Nobody from Undisputed Elite was out there. Nobody was there to cheat for him. He actually went over clean. So kudos to Adam Cole for actually getting a victory without cheating. But the matchup was good, so Adam Cole moves on to the semifinals. So, like I said, very good opener. That's that. Let's see what's next. So then we get a video package of Jeff Hardy and Darby talking about what they can really possibly do to each other. They said that we, two of us are more than just wrestlers. We're more like crash test dummies. We're stuntmen. We jump off of things. That's what we do. And Darby said, I talked to TK, and he basically said this matchup needs no rules, so it's pretty much a no holds bar, no DQ match. That's basically what the main event was going to be. So we get 2 of the cast members from Impractical Jokers. They were sitting ringside. So next thing you know, Hangman comes walking out. Hangman comes out. He's on commentary. Is he getting ready for CM Punk versus Long Island, New York's very own Dark Order member, John Silver. Now, remember, Long Island, New York hates CM Punk. CM Punk comes out. They boo the mess out of him. He has on the Long Island Rangers shirt. I think it was the Long Island. I forgot what they call themselves. The Islanders. The Long Island Islanders or whatever. He has on number 55's jersey. And he's embracing the heel role. Even though he's not technically a heel, he's embracing it. Because Long Island, New York can't stand it. This is MJF territory. So throughout the whole match, CM Punk is getting booed out of this world. And it catches Hangman by surprise because he's looking at the audience and he's looking at CM Punk and CM Punk looking back at him. Meanwhile, Johnny Hungy, man, John Silver is a very underrated wrestler. Very underrated. I didn't talk about this on either of my reviews from previous week, but one of the members of Dark Order is no longer there. My man Stu Grayson let his contract expire. He was actually on BTE and he did a shoot on the show. You can clearly hear it in he's like, he was basically said, I basically was on here for absolutely no reason. And Tony Khan missed out. Like, I was tired of just jobbing out all the time. Like, you could have easily had him and Evil Uno be tag team champs easy, but Tony Khan just didn't go that route. So when all the members of the Dark Order came out, they all looked naked without Stu. Stu, you could say Stu was a key pivotal part of the Dark Order, but the fact that man is gone now, you know it is what it is, man. Like I said, yeah, he gonna be missed, but I don't know where he goes from there. I don't know. So, but like I said, throughout this whole match, CM Punk is getting booed. He's getting booed out this world. Everybody wants Silver to go over. Silver doing his movesets like he normally do, but it wasn't enough. CM Punk actually does a buckshot Larry. He trolls Hangman, and he gets the victory over John Silver. So after he wins the match, Hangman gets off the commentary and he walks in the ring as if he's finna do something. CM Punk gets on the mic and he tells the man, listen, I told you, it's double or nothing, man. Listen, I ask myself every day, am I a good guy? So obviously CM Punk is going to play this heel role. He has no choice because Hangman is definitely over. He's the babyface. He's clear cut, baby. Both of them are babyface. But CM Punk must play the heel role moving forward. He has no choice. So he was telling him, am I the bad guy? Am I the good guy? All this sort of stuff. And the man pretty much said, at double or nothing, I'm taking that championship whether you like it or not. And all Hangman could do was just get in his face, and then he flicked him off and walked off. Obviously, he's in that man's head. CM Punk is basically in Hangman's head, and Hangman really hasn't been able to really, he said some things, but he really hasn't been able to hang with the man. And all of this has to do with the fact that CM Punk is going to beat him easy because he's in his head. If Hangman didn't allow this man to get in his head, you can almost say that anybody can win this match. But I am 1,000% sure that CM Punk is walking out with that championship. I'm just telling y'all right now. Now, if he don't, he don't. But I got a feeling he walking out with that championship. So, like I said, that was that. Good match. Just talking about that. So now Tony Schiavone's in the back. He's with Britt. He's with Rebel. And he's with one of the contenders in the female side of the Owen Hart tournament. None other than Miss Jamie Hayter. And Britt got on the mic. She said that this beautiful woman, Hayter, is going to take down Tony Storm. And we're going to be in the main event together and all this stuff. DMD, all that stuff, I'm not going to lie. Britt kind of sound kind of laid back, kind of tired, you know what I'm saying? She look cool with her kicks on and all that crazy stuff. But like I said, I don't know. Like I said, I think ever since she lost that championship, I just feel like she really ain't been going as hard as she was when she had the championship. That's just me. I'm not saying that she's not in her role, then she's not doing what she's supposed to do, but I just feel like she just been kind of laid back as of late. You know what I'm saying? So that's that situation. Then we get this matchup. We get Dan Hounson versus Tony Nese. Now remember, Smart Mark Sterling is the lawyer for so many of the clowns in the back. It ain't just MJF. It ain't just Jade. It's Tony Nese and all this. So now somebody like myself, I've been wanting to give this Dan Hounson clown a chance. I've been trying my best. And Tony Khan decides to do what he did here. Tony Nese basically murdered Dan Hounson and made him look like a complete jobber. And I wonder if Dan Hounson is still dealing with that leg injury. Like, that is my only, that's my mindset going into this. Like, the only reason why Tony Khan will book the match like that. Dan Hounson didn't do nothing. He didn't do anything. Tony Nese had the jobber inches where he didn't even have an entrance. But Dan Hounson had the whole get up, had the whole inches and all that crazy stuff. Tony Nese mollywopped him like he was nothing. Basically beat the brakes off of him. Match was over. So Mark Sterling and Tony Nese in the ring like they finna jump the man. The next thing you know, Hook music go off. Hook comes in the ring, run them two clowns off. Dan Hounson standing in the ring. He extends his hand. Everybody like, yes, come on, Hook, come on. Hook shakes his hand. So the Dan Hounson Hook alliance has started. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the matchup has been set on the pre-show. We getting Smart Mark Sterling and Tony Nese versus Dan Hounson and Hook. I'm here to go out on a limb and say that Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling more than likely won't win the match. Dan Hounson and them probably going to win, but I think after the match was going to happen, Dan Hounson is going to turn on Hook. So it could go either way. They could lose. But I see Dan Hounson turning on Hook. I just see it. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I just see it. I sense it. I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like that's what's about to transpire when that time comes. But the matchup has been set. I'm still not on the man's bandwagon. I'm going to have to see a little bit more. I just had to. To me, like I say, he's just a clown who just put curses on people. That's all he is to me. So I just talked about that. We get back. We got all the security folk. We got Warlord coming down. We got that chair swinging bozo Sean Spears. Now, everybody already going nuts because we in Long Island, New York, the home of Mr. MJF. Now, this is the time where MJF must embrace the babyface role. Even though he's still playing heel, he's embracing the babyface role because the fans in Long Island, New York, they adore the mess out of MJF. They don't give a care how crazy, how disrespectful, how much of a straight punk he is. They love him. So throughout this whole segment, he was running his mouth. Now, before the segment happened, they did a little parody of Dark Side of the Ring where Jericho narrated MJF and Warlord's video packages, which also involved the beef that he had with him. I thought that was pretty funny. You know, I get it because, you know, quote unquote, Dark Side of the Ring is not on TV anymore, so they decided to go that route. So MJF gets to the ring and he's going off with the crowd. The crowd is loving it and they booing the mess out of Warlord. They are booing. So apparently MJF pretty much stated that in order for Warlord to get his hands on that man, he must destroy the Sean Ross Sapp, a.k.a. the chair swinging bozo, in a 10 lashes match in a steel cage. And they acknowledge that he's been in 2 steel cage matches and he has lost both of them. So that tells me all we need to know. Warlord's going to win. But the question is that there is a new stipulation. So apparently, if Warlord doesn't beat MJF, so obviously it's like they kind of jumped the gun. I'm like, why would you give away the stipulation now? Like, could y'all just wait? Then, like I said, I kind of hate the stipulation because this was the stipulation was. If Warlord does not beat MJF, he cannot sign an AEW contract. Even though technically he is signed to AEW, but story-wise, he's working under MJF. MJF is the reason why Warlord is in AEW. And if he cannot defeat MJF, he has no job in AEW. That's basically what the script is. So it's almost as if Warlord must defeat the man. And I'm like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, we're going to have to see how that turns out. But it's almost as if Warlord got to win. And that means MJF got to lose again. And I'm like, MJF don't need no more losses. He don't. But, like I said, you know, pretty solid. So after that, his hands was cuffed. He told him, I can't sign it, you know, so he had the security dude, take the handcuffs off, signs the contract, and then they tried to put the handcuffs on. He started laying all the security clowns out. So then beat up everybody, beat up Sean Ross Sapp, beat up all the security folks. So MJF was by himself. He finally got his hands on MJF, and then Smart Mark Sterling jumped on him. And then he pretty much slammed that man. I think he picked up the table, slammed it through the table. So MJF was able to escape again. So obviously they get you hyped for what's about to transpire. But like I said, I'm saying to myself, like, here we go again with these predictable stipulations that kind of give away things. You know what I mean? But like I said, that's just me. You know, like I said, decent stuff. Yeah, like I said, I'm not friendly to talk about all that. To me, like I said, all this stuff just it was stupid. But like I said, the fans love it. They ate it up. It's the clowns over in Long Island, New York. They love it. They love that boy MJF. They love it. So after the situation, we got a video package. Samoa Joe taking on the Joker next week. Whoever that is, I'm not sure exactly who that's going to be. But during the promo, we got Sanjay Dutt, Satnam Singh, and Jay Lethal pretty much saying that whoever Samoa Joe goes against, like I said, excuse me, late night, whoever he goes against, whether it's Jay Lethal or not, we're gonna get our hands on you. We're gonna beat the bricks off of you, something like that. And Samoa Joe said, "Yeah, y'all can try." He said, "All you guys are nothing more than clowns." Everywhere I go, I gotta keep dealing with clowns like Sanjay Dutt, clowns like Jay Lethal, and that big bohemian clown you got over there. I'm laying all you fools out no matter what. So, good promo, right to the point. They told you exactly what they need to do. So now we got the FTW Championship. Now, listen, I wish Tony Khan actually presented this as a real championship. This could have been like a cruiserweight championship. This would be like your mid-card championship. So people can have something to feud over until they move on to the next story or whatever. I already knew the moment when this matchup was announced. You already knew Ricky Starks wasn't losing this belt. The question is, how the heck was they going to get there? Matchup was fine. It was a decent match. Jungle Boy Ricky Starks, Taz on commentary talking about how Ricky Starks has been doing a phenomenal job with the FTW Championship. Yeah, because he never loses. You think he's going to lose it, but he never does. Well, how they got to where we get to the final result. These clowns are basically beating the brakes off each other, tearing each other up, going all over the ring, doing moveset here, moveset there. And what happened out the woodwork, my man Swerve came running out. And I was like, Swerve came running out, and my referee dude got distracted, and he was telling him, he said, "Don't pay no attention to me, get back in the ring." Jungle Boy had this match won, but because of Swerve. Swerve got in the way. And he cost Jungle Boy the FTW Championship. So then, as he's standing there looking like, man, I done messed up Jungle Boy, like he felt guilty. Here come Christian and Luchasaurus, and Christian just bogarts his way through him. And he looking at him like, I know this fool didn't just bogart his way through me. I know Christian did not just bogart his way through me. So he go and get in the ring like he finna go do something. Luchasaurus and Christian look like they finna do something. Then you see Ricky Starks and you see Will Hobbs coming out the woodwork like they finna do something. And then here come the Muscle Man himself. Now people was crying and saying that Keith Lee looked fat. Keith Lee looked like he done lost a few pounds. He looked like he done lost a few pounds to me. He looked great. He came out there as the special enforcer for Mr. Strange Swerve Strickland. Now, the question is TK going to run another triple threat? But this time, Swerve, Keith Lee, Hobbs, Starks, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy with Christian in the corner. Is that what we're heading to? Is that the matchup that's going to transpire at Double or Nothing? If that's the case, it's I know we do way too many ladder matches, but I think this will actually matter. I think if you're going to go a triple threat route, I think you might have to go ahead and let them go ahead and put them on the ladder. Put the titles on the ladder and let them see, let these cats go at it. Let them all do what they got to do. Now the question I have now is Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy going to retain those titles? So after all the commotion that was going on outside the ring, you see Jungle Boy with his back turned. Christian walks up to him as if he's ready to turn. He looks at him, he grabs him, and he hugs him. Christian is turning on them, and I believe that's going to be the reason to why they lose their tag team titles. Now the question is, who do they lose to? Do they lose to Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs? Do they lose to Keith Lee and Shane Swerve Strickland? I don't know. So there's a possibility that Jurassic Express might be losing those tag team titles to Double or Nothing. That is a huge possibility. Huge. And we got what? How many weeks we got left? 2 weeks? We got 2 weeks left until Double or Nothing. Let me double check just to make sure. 2 weeks, right? Where we at? Yeah. We got, 1, 2. Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Pardon me, y'all. Random cleanup thing. Pardon me. So, like I said, that was that, But like I said, story. It's all about progression of the story. So, If it's something that TK is doing right, it's the progression of the stories that's taking place. We may not have gotten matches named for the card, but we getting storylines that's going to lead up to a match that's being said. So I give Tony Khan props on that. So kudos to TK on that one. So yeah, just talking about that. Come back. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I walked out the room. I'm gonna be 1,000% with y'all, man. I kind of am over this group. I thought it was gonna work, but this group is just nothing more than clowns. You remember what Jericho was called back in WWE Town? He was called an A-clown. That's basically what the JA Society are. They're nothing more than Jericho A-clowns. That's all they are. They're nothing more than clowns. It's like they bring nothing to the table. I thought they had something. They was in the ring talking about how they destroyed Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz, and that they reign supreme and ain't nobody going to beat them, and that this is a victory lap. And, you know, Eddie Kingston should stay home and protect his wife, because if not, she can call me, just being disrespectful. Then Danny Garcia hopped on the mic, talked about we're the greatest superstars in professional wrestling history. We're the greatest superstars. Then you got the Coke boys screaming on the mic, just sounding like they're out of their mind, crazy as the best. But I'm like, man, these clowns are something. So they running their mouth clowning, right? Out the woodwork. Here comes Moxie. I'm saying, well, Eddie Kingston is tight with Moxie. So I'm like, now we intertwining the Blackpool Club group with Eddie Kingston in Proud and Powerful. So remember what I said? I said they needed 2 more clowns to help them out. I guess he said, let me go ahead and get my homies Eddie Kingston in them. And now I'm kind of conflicted, because I really don't know, like, what are we going to do? And Jericho's going to have to get 2 more clowns to join him, because the Blackpool Club and Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful consist of 7 clowns. Meanwhile, Jericho only got 5 clowns. So that means he needs to get 2 more clowns to join him. Don't know who that's going to be. But that's what I was saying to myself, like, Now, he was running off the mouth, talking all this foolish, just saying some stupid stuff. I was like, man, look, they just be talking, man. Jericho needs to change the music. The JAS needs to drop the Judas song. It just doesn't fit. It was only for the Inner Circle. The Inner Circle, that song was perfect. Now that we have the JAS, he needs to go ahead and get another song that him and his Fonzie group did and remix it and have that be the theme song for this JAS Society, because the Judas song just doesn't go with them. It does not. It's just a waste of time, if you ask me. It is a complete waste of time. They need to go ahead and change that song, give me something different, but it is what it is, man. So anyway, Willa Yuta came out, Bryan Danielson came out, Regal came out, then you seen Eddie Kingston and Santana Ortiz standing behind them, and there it go. The 7 of them jumped to 5 of them. So now the JAS Society is lacking. They lacking cats now. It was Eddie Kingston and crew. Now it's Jericho's cats. They lacking. So the question I'm asking myself is, who gonna be the other 2 clowns that's finna join Jericho? Because obviously you need 2 more clowns. You know, but it is what it is, man. Like I said, you know. So then we got a video package. We got Serena Deeb, who's getting ready to take on Thunder Rosa. And they was cutting promos as if they know for a fact that Serena Deeb has absolutely no chance to dethrone Thunder Rosa. Now, I've been hearing a lot of stuff that Thunder Rosa truly is banged up. She's banged up. She's banged up like how Kenny Omega was banged up. And if that's the case, she has to get a championship up. So if Serena Deeb is taking the title off of her, we'll see. Because obviously, she's been on the road as a lady. Serena Deeb, she can't do no wrong. Serena Deeb can't do no wrong. So if she has to take the championship, I am going to be feeling some kind of way, because Thunder Rosa just got it. So now the fact that Serena finna mess around and would be our new AEW Women's Champion, I mean, she kind of been the MVP of the women's division. You know what I'm saying? So right after that promo segment, we got Jamie Hayter with Rebel and Baker came out. They came out to support her, so because she was getting ready to face Toni Storm. Now, as they was talking, they said that Red Velvet's match with Sheeta has been pulled because Sheeta can't compete. They said Sheeta's hurt, and I'm like, she just came back. How the heck is she hurt again? I don't know. So I don't know what they finna do with Red. I have no clue, because they said Sheeta's that good to wrestle. I'm sorry, y'all. It's super late. I hate y'all while trying to record. This matchup was an excellent matchup. Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter had excellent chemistry. These ladies was out there tearing each other up, putting each other in submission holds, throwing each other around, flipping each other over on their backs, just kicking each other. These girls was going hard. Jamie and Toni Storm was going hard, ladies and gentlemen. They was tearing each other. I said, yo, this is an excellent women's match. I said, people be complaining that AEW don't do the girls right. I said, well, look at this. They actually was killing it, and I got to give them props. They did a great job. For me, I always going to say this. Picture kills every match that they have. Every matchup that I reviewed today, I didn't mention it, but because I'm looking at the words right here. Picture is one of the most detrimental things to happen to AEW programming, because you're so invested in what you're watching, then they go and make the little tiny man box. I just can't stand it. I just can't stand it, y'all. I try my best. I just can't stand it. I really can't. So we continue to match up. These girls doing DDTs on each other, German suplexes, forearms. They beating the brakes off each other. I'm telling you, like, they going hard, man. And what transpired on Rampage, I was sitting up saying to myself, so does Jamie Hayter go over? Who? Toni Storm defeated her. So I know Britt is upset because she said that me and Jamie was going to make it to the finals. Well, your girl Jamie just lost. She just lost to your other road girl, which is Toni Storm. So Britt is going against the Joker. We don't know who the female, I don't know who the male Joker is. I don't know who the female Joker is, but we're going to find out. So that's that. It's a very good match between the ladies. So we get a video package of Scorpion Sky talking about how he's getting ready to bring prestige back to the TNT Championship. And he said he does not want to be taken as a joke. He said he gets to wrestle one of his close friends, the guy that's had his back. He said they travel the world, they travel the globe from here to there together. Now he gets the opportunity to go one-on-one with the man. He said he's looking forward to this, but he said he can't wait to be a true fighting champion. Then you see young lady talking to Cass about what Scott said. And as soon as he tried to get some words out, here comes Sammy and Tate coming up, talk about, hey, you need to watch your back, because you know you can't trust the Scorpion Sky. He's a different man now. And that man said, wait a minute, you the last person I should be talking about trust. And your blog sucks. He said, I ain't worried about that. He said, I'm going in here for myself. I'm going in here to try to win that TNT Championship. And it does not matter what Scorpion Sky does. It doesn't matter what you do. I'm going to win that championship. That's basically what he said. So it was a very, very solid promo. Didn't care nothing about Sammy and Tate walking up there looking goofy as heck. So now we get to the main event. The next qualification match for the Owen Hart Men's Tournament, Darby Allin versus Jeff Hardy. This matchup was basically who can put the other person in the hospital quicker. These clowns was jumping off of ladders, jumping off of turnbuckles, just running into each other off moveset, jumping on the doggone steel steps, just basically trying to injure one another. That's basically what this matchup was all about. But Jeff still got it. Jeff still has it. You know, people was complaining about, oh, they just not feeling his run. Yeah, because he in AEW. That's the only reason you're not feeling his runs, because he's in AEW. I guarantee you, if he was still stuck in the prison in WWE land, you'll love everything he does. But because the fact that he's in AEW having a grand time out here and being able to be a crash test dummy with his crash test dummy Daisy Duke wearing Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack Skeleton behind clown, Darby Allin, a.k.a. the other crash test dummy. That's basically what they were. Running into each other, jumping off of ladders, doing this move, doing that move. And Darby did the doggone coffin drop, and Jeff just rolled him up and got the upset victory. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Hardy is moving on. He will get the opportunity to face Adam Cole. Now, I don't know about y'all. Have y'all ever seen Adam Cole versus Jeff Hardy? I don't think so. I don't not think so. I'm actually looking forward to this matchup. So after the match, everybody in the Undisputed Elite came walking out. Oh yeah, Jeff and Darby, they shook hands and everything. So everybody in the Undisputed Era Elite, they came walking out. They started looking the sizing them up. But you can sense there's a breakup that's going to happen. The Bucks don't look like they happy being with the Elite. They don't. They just look like they just going with the motion. That's exactly what it looks like to me. So Jeff Hardy, like I said, gets the upset victory. Solid main event. Dynamite was definitely better than last week. I'm telling you, it was. I'm not going to say it was an off-chain episode, but it was definitely better. It was a good episode for me. Is there anything else before I talk about Eric Bischoff? So apparently, CM Punk and Eric Bischoff been going back and forth about why AEW is failing and that they are not going to be successful doing some of this and doing some of that. And I feel like Eric Bischoff has been very bitter since Tony Khan basically said that WCW went out of business because it was under your hand. You caught just because you had a 28-3 lead on WWE, you thought that was going to do something with this so-called 83 weeks. And that's the name of his podcast. I'm like, still living in the past is what CM Punk said. He's right. That's exactly the thing. So I'm like, listen, and you know WWE heads, you know they loved it. WWE heads, they love it because anytime somebody says something against AEW, WWE heads always think they like to do somersaults. They think that that's the best thing since sliced bread because they want AEW to go out of business. That's the only thing. They don't care nothing about about AEW. They don't want AEW to succeed. They want it to go out of business. They want Vince McMahon to buy it up. That's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to speak on before I end this review? Nope. Y'all actually know what to do. Hit the comment section up. Tell me how y'all felt about the show. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I'll talk to y'all cats later. Y'all be blessed. I'll let you boy.